September 25th, the new Fox Tuesday kicks off with New Girl's new season. Then welcome Ben and Kate.
Stay away from my sister before you find out what 6 years of Krav Maga feels like. Well, like year and a half plus like 4 years on and off I was traveling.
Followed by another all-new New Girl.
What am I looking at here?
Pure, unadulterated friendship.
And the Mindy Project.
Can't believe you're tattling.
Tattling is when a little girl does it, okay? When a hot woman does it, it's called whistleblowing.
The new Fox Tuesday, premieres September 25th on Fox.
You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Real World After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Real World After Show.
I'm not gonna cut. I think my mic.
Oh, Jesse's mic's out. Bing is for doing, and we are here doing another AfterBuzz TV after show for the Real World
season finale reunion. I'm DJ Jesse Janedy here in studio with the one, the only.
I'm trying to think of a beginning. I can't.
All right.
What's up? I'm Roxy, yo.
No, absolutely not. All right, we're going to save it for the challenge. We're going to work on something really epic.
I tried to look at all theirs, too. Like, some of them do the little wave, like deuces. I gotta think of something.
We're going to get you something. And unfortunately, Nicolette couldn't be here with us, but we are joined in studio by a longtime friend. He hasn't been here for a minute, Frank Sweeney.
What up, guys? I don't have an introduction either, but
we gotta work on that.
I'll work on that for the challenge as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna need to.
The guns.
You'll be in here
Shots fired.
You could do the gun.
Ooh,
relevant.
That's good.
Shots fired,
sure
man.
Will.
Or like maybe that. I don't know.
We're going to hopefully get the steamer on the line. And if you guys want to call in at all anytime, it's 424-256-1633. I think, Steamer, you're trying to get online with us. So it's 424-256-1633. And tweet us during the show. Where can they tweet you, Roxy?
At Roxy Striar.
At DJ Jesse J.
And at MTV Frank Sweeney.
And they're already tweeting you.
They're already tweeting a lot.
Oh, you've been blowing up all night.
So MTV surprised us. They gave us the reunion right after the season finale. Roxy, overall, what did you think of tonight?
Of the entire 2-hour... You know what? I actually really liked this season. People are kind of hating on it a little bit. I thought there was a lot going on. Clearly, this reunion was crazy. We've got hitting, we've got screaming, we've got texts breaking up. It was good. I thought it was pretty good.
What did you think of?
For me, the reunion saved the show, totally.
Okay.
Saved
the whole season?
Yeah, the whole season. I think we needed the reunion because I think people finally came out of their shells and we saw how people actually felt about each other for the first time. I saw Marie going in on Rob. I saw LaToya just standing up for herself and smacking Swift across the face, and I saw Brandon, admitting his faults with the drugs and stuff, but then also Marie calling him out on his defense mechanism, being, listen, I got a problem. It is what it is. I'm going to continue this lifestyle as a young person, but I do need to keep it in check.
Well, it's a good point, though, about the fact that they were finally calling each other out, because I kept turning to you every 2 minutes being like, wait, are they actually friends? Are they not friends? I couldn't tell the entire season who was close and who hated each other. And finally tonight when Swift's like, but I won't be friends with LaToya, I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that because we talked to Swift last week, but as an average viewer, you don't know that.
And we're going to talk more about that after our little break. But first, let's go over the actual first episode, the season finale. Kind of boring. I mean,
let me chime in for 1 second. And I know Marie's my girl, and she'll kill me for saying this, but her and Rob were so fucking cute in the beginning, and I just like, and it just reminded me of when they were together and when I knew them and they were together, and I loved it. I loved every second of it. I never got to. I knew they wore those bracelets, and I didn't really get to see how it all went down. It was so unbelievably cute, and that just goes to show that even though Marie, she hates me for this, Marie is a bad bitch. I don't care what anybody says. She's a tough bitch. But she's got a soft side to her, and that was a little glimpse in the fact that Rob and Marie had a lot of good moments. No matter how sour it is now, they definitely had good moments together. They just were never shown on the show. That was just one little glimpse into that.
Well, he kind of owned up to that. He was saying, you know what, we did have some good times, and she's like, no, screw that. What do you think about that? You think she's just really hurt about the whole thing?
I think she's extremely hurt. I think she can sit there and say she doesn't care, but she's very, very hurt by the whole thing, as anyone would
Rightfully
be in
so,
any breakup.
totally.
In any breakup, really. But to get it via text message and then not talk until the reunion, that's a lot of time in between, and that's also, it's just such a dead way to do it. It's just like so abrupt.
Right.
I think they were kind of the couple everyone was rooting for.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely was.
I know you weren't.
No, I was.
For other
I mean,
reasons.
to be perfectly honest, if I was Marie, I would have gotten up and punched him in the face. The first time I see somebody after he breaks up with me through a text, you have some effing nerve going on a show with me and apologizing to me
Well,
on
wait,
air
we're not
to
there
make
yet.
yourself
We're
look
not
like
there. We're
a good
talking
guy.
about the happy times.
I'm
right
sorry.
The cute times,
the
the
last
bracelets.
episode.
Oh yeah,
the bracelets.
the bracelets. That was so cute.
So he went and got
So cute.
her a Cartier bracelet.
It was. I couldn't even tell. Was that what it was? I was like, wait, is it, like you could see the sign in
like
the
a
door,
la-
and then,
a
but it didn't look
latch.
like a card. I don't know, but you see the sign.
And
they-
she went and
something
got him
with
a
editing.
St. Thomas like.
It was the
They're
same,
the same
thing.
bracelet.
The
They
same
both had the
bracelet.
same bracelet, yeah, and it was supposed to signify if you're taken or if you're like single.
So it's like the Irish
Right.
flattering.
yeah,
Totally.
exactly. But it's like the Virgin Islands version of
But
that.
I thought that was really cute.
It was.
really sweet of him. He went out and did that. And I don't know, but she bought one back, and he was like, thank you, that's so nice. But I feel like it's kind of weird if somebody buys you a gift to go out and buy them the exact same gift.
I don't. Well, normally
know what I'm
I
saying?
Normally,
do
yes,
get
but
it.
it's like an engagement ring kind of thing.
Right.
Well,
Well,
I mean, they're not they got engaged, but
more like a
you know what I mean?
friendship bracelet.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We're gonna have these together, and now we can
Okay.
walk around, and you have.
I didn't have too much of a problem with it. Okay. Okay.
And they,
with you
think
guys.
about it, they have the same tattoo. It was just it was cute all around.
So fucking cute.
Maybe they should just get
Now,
married.
the most interesting part for me is the other couple. Laura made the comment, I hate seeing the two together, Rob and Marie together, because I feel like that should have been me and Trey.
Oh, excuse me. I just
Now,
did-
Okay,
wait, because I want you to. We're gonna let you have your time, and I think me and Frank are gonna kind of be in the same boat on this. Last week we got some, not complaints. I'm not gonna call them complaints, but people were kind of like, "You guys are really harsh."
This has nothing to do with that, though.
Right.
Before you even said that to me, I started.
Well, no, you have been on the Trey boat for the past couple episodes,
Yeah.
and so here's my question to you. And to anyone out there, and please call in, because defend him. Or Trey, if you're listening out there, call in, defend yourself. How can you side with somebody? Now, at first we kind of were upset with Laura, and I totally understand why Marie was upset with Laura, but sometimes in love you get confused and you act certain ways. And at this point, from everything that I've seen with Laura, I give her a pass. I think she is like Disney in the head, like the little frickin' mermaid. I mean, even seeing her swimming with the turtle today. So I feel like she was trapped in the Trey machine. And how do you turn to the good side of Trey when he's playing two girls? I understand you can have feelings with both of them. But in front of us, he's manipulating them.
Okay.
Speak on it.
Here's what I have to say on what you just said, Trey, in general. Before the past 2 weeks, I was literally number one, like, I hate Trey, get him off the show, I hate this kid, he's a womanizer, he has no idea what respect is, he's playing two people, he doesn't understand relationships or life.
Right.
Honestly, in the past 2 weeks, and maybe it was because we had Swift in here, was like, you're not seeing everything, so I started trying to look at things in a different perspective. And I'm not saying he's perfect. I still think he's a womanizer. I think cheating is wrong in any situation. I mean, I just do. I'm one of those people, once you're cheated on, you never go back and say anything other than that. But I have to say, I feel like I've seen a kind, loving side of him. And, how do you know Laura's Trey? You don't know Laura's Trey.
Can I interject for 1 second?
Yeah.
Where is the kind, loving side you've seen in him? And give me if you give me an example, I'd love one.
And I just want to remind you that last week's episode was when Chelsea, the other girlfriend, came.
Right. And you know what? Maybe it's just because I don't give a shit about Chelsea. Like, who are you? Go, whatever. I mean, she's not on the show, but he put her up in a hotel. That was really disrespectful to Chelsea. but really respectful to Laura. I mean, if I went and flew and saw my boyfriend and he put me up in a hotel to save his new girlfriend's feelings, done. Like, goodbye. But seriously, really respectful to Laura. And I feel like just the moment with them saying goodbye, he was in hysterics, and you could tell there was really something there. I don't think it's all an act. But then again, I don't know the kid.
I don't think it's an act either. I just think I think there were a few points in there where I just wanted to be like, yeah, okay. I don't think that Trey realizes what he's doing. So can you fault him 100%? Maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe not. I think he was definitely caught up into two girls. I understand.
Why doesn't he realize?
I understand.
He's not capable?
I understand being, like you said, like being in love. You have feelings for two different people. I get it. But when you listen to his comments about what he says to the girls and about the girls, even to their faces, just like, oh man, two girls obsessed with me. It reflects back onto him, and it's just like, where in your head do you get it twisted that like you are the center of the universe right now?
Well, I think that's
like,
more Laura's fault.
You have no concern or concept of how you're making other people feel.
It is.
It's just that he doesn't realize how he's making the other girls feel. So I can't necessarily like come down on him 110% and be like, you're an asshole, you're an idiot, like I can't believe you would treat these girls this way. He doesn't even see it. And you can hear it in his comments, and it's just like, but that makes me not like him more, only because like I'm self-aware.
Here's the thing, you live in the same world that he does. You guys are you have to communicate all the time, whether it's on the challenge or whatever it is. I would never be friends with him. Number one, he doesn't seem very fun, to be honest. He doesn't go out. He doesn't seem like a fun guy. Number two, I don't like the way he treats women. But just in the past 2 episodes, I've seen some redeeming qualities about him. So it's different, talking as a fan as opposed to talking as somebody who has to actually interact with him all the time. So of course, things are going to bother you in a different way. You know what I mean?
I mean, for me, and I totally respect that, because there are people, and I'm glad we can finally get somebody to play on that side of the fence, because I'm just not there. I mean, the one episode that really did it for me, he was in his like little boy shorts, and Laura was crying outside, and he said to her, I'm not making the decision. He was like, it's in your field.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm going to still talk to Chelsea, and I'm still going to do what I'm doing with you.
Exactly.
That's when I still hated him.
And to me,
It's comments
there's
like that.
no redeeming quality after that, because when you made that comment, you know exactly what you're doing. I understood up until that point. Maybe he doesn't know how he's affecting, because his emotions are very raw. When he made that comment, it's done. It's done. You know what you're doing. You know who you're affecting. And then when Chelsea comes and is crying to you, and whether it's a pregnancy, whatever the issue was, when she said, you left me at home alone, and I had to deal with this while you're out here doing whatever.
Well, she was having sex with other guys, though. That's what people skip right over. She had an abortion.
But why was she having sex with other guys?
She had sex with other guys before
Coping mechanism. The problem is
coping mechanism.
It was coping mechanism. Her sex with other guys. Problem is there's no remorse. That's really what it comes down to.
Okay.
There's no remorse for how he feels. Listen, you can throw 100 fucking spears at me because I cheated and I did that, but I owned up to it and I was sorry and I cried for days about it because I was like, what am I doing? Why am I making people feel this way? My actions are collateral damage on other people. That's not okay.
Right.
His actions affecting those girls that way, especially when he gets... We don't really know what happened, but if it is true that he got one of them pregnant and he still has no remorse, that is when it's not okay at all.
But I almost am more mad about Laura and Swift even. Swift is always like, hey, well, if Laura knows what's going on, that's her fault. That's her problem if Trey's being honest. And Trey was honest. That's something I do respect. From the beginning, he's like, here's this girl at home. If he was a complete D-bag, he would never said there was a girl at home. He would have just let it go on.
Well,
you know what I mean? At least he can pull that card. And yeah, there's a lot of things I don't respect about him, but you can't say he wasn't honest for sure. I mean, I don't know about
he was very
he was
honest.
brutally honest. And Swift's like, well, if Laura knows what's up, then that's fine. And Laura's like, honestly, that should have been us. I feel so bad for the girl. I want to reach out and shake her and be like, honey, you can get another guy and he will like you, and he will want you, just you, not you and somebody.
So to that comment, play the other side of the field. And then do we blame Laura? Was it Marie or LaToya that made the comment, you were the one chasing after a man with a girlfriend? So do we blame Laura for getting herself into her?
How do you blame the victim, though? It's like the classic argument.
Is she the victim then?
I don't know. I think Marie said it very well in the reunion tonight when she said in her interview, stupid is as stupid does. There's no remorse. There's no concept of self-awareness. There's nothing on either one of their parts. Neither one of them really have a grasp of what's going on.
Neither think there's an issue.
Stupid is as stupid does.
Right.
there's a lack of basic intelligence on both sides, really, is what we're seeing, I think at least. I mean, if you don't have any sense of feel as to what the person that you're in a relationship with is, then you're dumb.
So doesn't it not matter to us then if neither of them care and they're both happy not caring? Then who cares?
I don't care. I want to talk about Marie and Rob. I love them.
So now we have a caller on the line.
Steamer.
We got Steamer on the line.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
Steamer, welcome to the show. All right.
A little confusing because Studio B is going on here. Rocking in the Studio B.
Got you on late. All right, Steamer, so just jump into this conversation with us right here. Where do you feel, because I believe you feel a little differently. I think you might actually be Team Roxy on this one when it comes to Trey. Trey and Laura.
Yeah, definitely am.
Now, how's that so?
Just in general, like I've seen it a lot of times with like guys the way they are. I'm not saying it's right, but it's just the way it is. Like when you're younger, like you're playing like two girls against each other. It's just the way it goes down. And like Laura, like on the first episode, like in her introduction, like she was saying like how she was like the ugly duckling, that she morphed, like she got more attractive, got more confidence. But I think just once she got around Trey, like she reverted back to the way she was before. Like she was just like shy, like she wanted to like be around him, like she wanted to have like some sort of like companionship, and that's what happened with Trey, and Trey just fed off that. And yeah, it's not right, but the key now will be to see where he goes from here. Like, does he get better? Like, does he treat women better? Like when he's back on the challenges. If he doesn't, then yeah, he's a dick. But until I see where he goes from there, then I can't really judge him.
And you know, I do gotta say to you guys, the one thing that I did right, if Trey wasn't bouncing with all these two girls, I do think Laura, you know, and I haven't seen the challenge, but I do think Laura could be a good match for him because he does have, we'll say he has redeeming qualities, but there's so much douchery going on within inside of him that I think Laura is so sweet, so innocent, so nice,
balance,
that it almost causes him to, okay, well, you know what, I'm hurting. Like, how do you, like, hurt the Little Mermaid?
It's kind of like those weeble wobble things. Like, he keeps pushing her down, and she just, you know what I'm talking about? Those little dolls. And you push them down, and she just bounces back up. And he's like, I'm just going to keep pushing you down. And she's like, okay.
Just with a smile, like,
I'm just going to get back up. Like, and so totally, if he's going to be the kind of guy who just wants to keep pushing women down and pushing them down, and she's just the kind of girl who's going to keep bouncing up, yeah, then I guess they make a good match. So is it a wall?
Do we think this is his coping mechanism?
Trey's?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. What I think, what I just took away from that whole conversation is Laura is really different from a lot of the girls we've ever seen on the show before, and a lot of the girls I've ever known, because she's genuinely a person who is unbothered by things, or if she is, she just washes them over. Like, that's a quality that, like, I wish I could borrow something from. That's crazy. That's literally, that's all I could think about when you were just talking about that. That is, I don't think we've ever seen somebody like that before on the real world who just, like,
she's so kind and
just like is so level-headed and so, like, maybe not level-headed, but just so, like, even.
I wrote down, how can Laura be so not hot-headed about Chelsea? In a nice way. Like, right. I just could never do that.
But it's funny. Let's segue into something that she was that did get her upset. The prank that Swift did with the two dirty chickens.
Well, she was just upset for the poor chickens.
Everyone's screaming.
That's her talking.
Everyone's screaming. She's in the corner. Oh, baby, baby. What did you think of that prank?
I mean, okay, good call, Swift. Honestly, you have to give that to him. I was gonna be so pissed if LaToya and Marie were mad at that because they put a dead fish in his shower, which was disgusting. The chickens, though, looked like they were actually 1 second away from dying.
I feel like there could have been
disease.
Absolutely.
That's really disgusting. I don't understand these gross pranks. Why would
St. Thomas is wild, man. They're like just picking up like lizards and shit and put them in it. Like, that's crazy.
What is it about?
She really was.
Yeah.
Seriously, what is it about being on the Real World or a challenge or whatever it is that makes you want to prank
dirty?
people and dirty? Like,
what makes you dirty?
Go ahead,
makes
please
you
explain
filthy.
that one too.
Like the kitchens and everything is always
disgusting.
Filthy.
It's just
even
because
Jersey
I think
Shore.
there's just so many people, and it's just like I have
you have
no
so much
explanation.
Time on your hands sometimes.
To clean. I know. I don't know. I don't get it because I'm OCD and I'm clean. But in those situations, I'm just like, well, fuck it. I don't know what it is, but it is filthy. People don't shower. People don't flush their poop down the toilet. Like we saw with Sweat. Like literally, people don't get like. It's nasty.
It was nasty.
That's just disgusting, though.
The houses are disgusting.
Like, who is okay with having a chicken in their home? Not just somebody's bed, but like, oh, this is a good idea. I'm going to prank somebody else by bringing a chicken into my home, like from off the street.
What if Marie killed that chicken? Like, how would you have felt? Because she really dead-ass, like...
I love that they put that in at the end. There were no chickens harmed in this production. Like, of course. Thank you, MTV.
Let's talk about something else that was funny. Marie's little Riri dance.
Oh, my God. I'm a huge fan.
But actually, that one was good, but I loved the dance that she was doing inside the club at night.
I turned to her and I said, that's actually how I dance. All my friends make fun of me because I actually look like the biggest white girl wasted idiot of all time. Just like such a sloppy, goofy, throw my hands up, don't give a shit kind of dancer. And I was like, yes, this is somebody I could get down with right now. So I thought that was great. And LaToya, obviously, half embarrassed, half into it.
And then they went on a boat ride. Everyone got seasick, which was absolutely disgusting.
What just happened there? They were eating some food, and then all of a sudden, just the three girls go and start profusely vomiting.
I feel like
staying skinny for the real world.
There you go.
Exactly. What we didn't see is that. No, I'm just kidding.
If they, you know,
get some tweets
you
about
see
that.
someone else throw up and you have a weak stomach already, maybe.
Sympathy pukers?
Yeah, could be. But they were swimming with animals, and I was just dying at watching Laura with that turtle, like with her hand on its back. Like I was like, "Bitch, you are the Little Mermaid."
She just really loves the animals. She just loves them.
She does. That's not a lie. She did on the challenge as well. She loves animals.
Yeah, that's clearly not a front for TV because you can't keep that up for the whole time. Like,
no.
She loves them.
She's got a career in veterinary as a veterinarian for sure.
That was a perfect job for her too. She went on The Real World. She got hired in like her dream position.
Found a man.
Found a man. Like she's straight chilling.
Right, Laura.
I was feeling bad for her at the start of this episode. Now I'm like, she's mastermind this whole thing. Like she's never pissed about anything. She's got it.
Before we get into the reunion, really quickly, let's talk about their goodbyes. Laura and Trey's goodbye. I mean, the tears were
real.
Like I was
sweet.
I said
and
something
you were
about
crying.
No, I was not. I said something about crying. She was like, "You're crying?" I was like, "Girl."
No, really. I was like, "You're crying too?" Oh, just kidding. No.
That, watching that and seeing his eyes get like crackhead red like that, I was like, you know what? This man's delusional, and maybe he really does have feelings for her.
Trey's a sentimental Sally. I mean, he cried when he was so waterworks when Brandon left last week too. He's
and Swift couldn't answer the question for us last week, so Marie had asked us to ask Swift for the lie detector, why does Trey cry all the time? So Trey, if you're listening, 424-256-1633.
Oh wait, you know what though? I honestly think that maybe he cried twice. And maybe they shot it both times,
No, I think he cried a little more than that.
Can't, I'm just sticking up for my boy Trey today.
What did you think of Rob and Marie's goodbye?
I thought it was sweet. I thought that it wasn't as emotional, but they live an hour away from each other.
And obviously. I like that they wanted to carry on the relationship. And Trey did say this, and so here's the redeeming quality for me and Trey. Trey learned never to mess with two girls at once.
That's what he said.
Now, Steamer, I just heard you laugh right there.
Yeah, seriously.
Speak on that. How you feel about that?
I mean, it seems like common sense, but as I said, it happens all the time. But it just should be common sense. But we'll see how long he sticks to that if he can.
What did you think about the goodbyes with Rob and Marie and Laura and Trey?
I just love all the real world goodbyes that take place in like airports. They make it seem like so much cool to say goodbye to people. Like I want to have all my goodbyes in an airport.
Yeah, totally.
Well, Swift said his goodbye on a boat.
Wait, what? How come LaToya and Trey were on the same plane?
They must live.
They just live
by each other.
Baltimore, VA.
Yeah, they came in together. I don't know. I think she's Virginia and he's Maryland.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know how close that is. I'm not good at geography.
There's probably not direct flights from everywhere in the BVI to like one to every little city.
Before we get into the reunion special, we want to thank you guys for tuning in every single week. You guys are definitely helping us out with the YouTube videos and the comments and keeping the conversation going. You guys are not scared to give your opinion. All we ask is that you guys help us out and give your opinion on iTunes. You guys are making us huge on YouTube, but we really need to get #1 on iTunes. So just go to the iTunes store, type in AfterBuzz TV Real World, subscribe, rate, download. If you leave a comment, we will give you a shout out on the show. And we're about to move into the challenge, so I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
But so just leave us your last-minute comments for this series, and then go back and listen to it again, because we had some really good interviews this season.
And if you want to see somebody on the show, let us know.
Yes, and tweet at them too. All right, let's get into this reunion. First of all, Queen Maria of here at AfterBuzz TV was the host of tonight's ceremony, and this was again, like Frank said, I really enjoyed this reunion because
it was kind of like finally.
And I feel like it was like Maria was like the final AfterBuzz for us, because here on AfterBuzz we had all of them on the show, and they were giving us a totally different side of what we were actually seeing.
Right.
Whereas last season with you, you were doing the show with us.
But we knew what was up the whole time, because you guys were all coming in. With this, like you were saying, I felt like everybody was holding their breath, and the whole time it was like, let's put on this image. Even the whole thing with LaToya and Swift, LaToya saying they didn't hook up, and him saying that's just an image, whatever it is. And then finally this was like, boom. Let's all breathe and kick the shit out of each other, apparently.
Well, let's talk about Swift and LaToya. Let's just jump into it. All right. So last week we had Swift on the show. He took a lie detector test, and it came out false. It came out true to every question we asked except for the LaToya situation. Tonight, again, we see how mad she gets at Swift. I know you're friends with LaToya. What's your opinion on the situation? Do you think she's covering her ass, or do you think she's, being honest and he really just said it because the whole gay comment, he might have got too mad? And
I think it's 100%. I'm 100% Team LaToya on this. This is nothing against Swift, because I've met him and I think he's a pretty upstanding guy in personal life. But I think she's definitely telling the truth. I think that was, like we said, there's a lot of coping mechanisms on this season, a lot of defense mechanisms, and that was one against being called gay on his part. I think she is so mad and so fervent about it because it's so easy to get wrapped up in the smallest comment in this situation. It's like disgusting, like little jabs on Twitter, even just like they blow you up. I mean, we get sensitive about it because it's your personality coming under fire. It's things that you've done coming under fire, and for her, it's literally like her self-respect as a woman coming under fire. If she did have sex with him, when have we ever heard LaToya shut up or not run her mouth? She's never held back about anything. She's always had an opinion about stuff. Why would she not tell the truth?
Mind you, the Swift's reasoning for why he slept with her was to get her to shut up.
Right.
That was his reasoning for it.
I mean, she's opinionated, she's honest, and she tells it like it is. She's one of the only interviewers from St. Thomas, in their interviews, who really breaks it down for everybody. If she had sex with him, she would have said she did. She's not an asexual being. She's not a hoe. She's not a purist. But
she's a boyfriend
she would have said it.
She was kissing him on air. I agree, and honestly, here's what happened. When we were talking about this before we had him in, I was like, listen, I don't think she's lying. By watching this, and we were 50-50 at AfterBuzz. Half a thought she was, half thought I was one of the people who didn't think she was lying. Then we brought him in, and he.
Oh no! Everyone here at AfterBuzz thought she was telling the truth.
No, some people I feel
Nicolette
thought, yeah.
And we apologize to everyone because
I believe Swift.
You believe Swift,
well,
Steven?
I did. Yeah.
You did, or do you? Do you still believe Swift?
No.
So then we had the lie detector test, and then it came up negative. But then for some reason, I was like, oh, he's telling the truth now, because I was looking at him, and it seemed like his whole backstory was shutting her up and where they were and in the shower. Like, he had really thought this out. Then I went back and rewatched it, and I was like, that's the face of a liar.
Have you not gone to a relationship with a man?
That's a lie. It's a lie. I think he was a great guy. I loved having him on the show. I believe everything else he said. I don't know why he's lying about this, but I'm pretty sure.
Mechanism. That's all it is.
Right. In the sense of, and he proved it tonight. Maria asked him, why did you get so, or LaToya said, I don't know why he gets so mad at just me. And it's exactly, and this is why I totally agree with you in saying LaToya keeps it real, because she kept it real on the show. She kept it real. The same exact thing she said, the fourth episode into it, she said at the reunion. That's a long time. Mm-hmm. It's the exact same thing. If Trey made fun of him for being gay, it was like, oh, it's cool, bro. I said something, and then you wake me up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then start telling people that we
creepy.
slept with
that
each
was
other.
Weird, yeah.
Now, Steamer, why did you believe Swift? And did you believed him during the interview? Because when I interviewed him, I said to him straight up, as soon as you touched your neck and the pause of where you guys had sex, it was just too much. What did you think, Steamer?
The weeks before, I remember the week before you had him in, we were talking about it, and I said I believed him. And during the interview, I didn't watch it, I don't watch the actual feed, so I can't see his mannerisms. And when it came back that he lied, I was a little deflated, since I wanted to believe him, I wanted to believe in his character, and kind of humbling to see that he lied.
And I'm not knocking on his character because, like Roxy said, I do think he's a cool guy. I do think he's very
like a
honest.
great kid.
And I feel like he made a mistake. He blurted out this thing, and then almost because he was telling the truth about everything else, he kind of felt like, you know what? Who's not going to believe me if I just keep going with it?
And if I insist on the lie
why would
detector,
he come in to get the lie detector test? Like if he knew he was lying, like I can't figure out like his thought process.
because
The same reason these guys go on Maury and do it, because they think,
They think they can get past
I can believe it.
I can beat
get
it.
past it.
Yes, people beat lie detector tests. I can do it. That's
People
what
invent their own realities, especially a bunch of these psychopaths that are on the show. They
Right.
literally invent their own realities that they live in, and their lies make sense to them. That becomes the truth.
It's also easier with the lie detector test to fake it. If it's telling the truth, that would have been easier to fake. But showing that you're lying, like you can't fake lying, you know, it wouldn't have been off the chart. Do you know what I mean?
And just lying in the sense of, if everything's faulty around the situation, and then because you can't fully believe a lie detector test at the end of the day, but if there's so many questions around it, and then it comes out false.
You told me they specifically said, did you put your penis into LaToya's vagina?
They asked him several different times.
The thing is just like, I think maybe he said it as a cover-up to the whole like joke, and then it just became easier to go along with the lie.
Has that
I think
happened to you? You've blurted something out,
and then you're just like, well, no, it's true, and then you just keep going because it just seemed easier to him. I don't fault him for being a bad guy, but I don't think it's true.
And so LaToya's heated, and she tells him to sit his ass down, use a bitch, gets in his face, and then slams him in the face.
It's just, if you're in the right, why make yourself look wrong? I don't ever understand that with girls. Like, you're in the right, so just sit down.
Why did she look wrong to you?
By
I think
hitting
she's
him?
I don't think that looks wrong. I think at the end of the day, like, why can't you, like, we were cool. Like, why can't you just admit it? Why can't you why are you making me look like this right now? Why can't
I agree with that totally, but say that. I just feel like
the hitting was too much.
It was too much, you know, and I've done that too before. I've hit people. I've had issues. You think it was fine, whatever.
I think it's totally fine. I think this is a reflection of passion and nothing more.
Agreed.
She passionately feels that she's telling the truth, and it had come to the point where I can't handle it anymore. Yes, hitting is never the answer. I know that. I've done it. We've all done it. We've all hit somebody before and we shouldn't have.
Right.
I mean, let's be real. But when you get so worked up, sometimes you break a little bit. And she's worked up because she believes in herself, and she knows what the truth is and what it isn't, and it's an act of passion and nothing more. If they can't walk away from that and be like, yeah, well, listen, I got worked up, then that's a personal issue on both their sides. But I don't think she was wrong at all.
I definitely
I understand why she got so pissed. I just wish she could have. And Marie even like grabbed her hands after that and was like, "Come on, like chill out." And that's what friends are for, obviously. Yeah, true. I was expecting Marie to be like, "Yeah," and like push him also.
Be a bad bitch.
Yeah. I'm a bad bitch.
Let's talk about the black sheep in the room. Let's talk about Brandon with his little mascara that he had, or eyeshadow.
It's called eyeliner.
Whatever.
I thought it was mascara too.
Eyeliner.
All right. Maria actually made a really good point, and I kind of agree with this, and I kind of think I've been saying it the whole season. I feel like Brandon makes the drug thing look cool, and Maria said, I feel like you're glamorizing it. What were your thoughts on tonight? And it's Steamer, I want you to talk too, because you've kind of really been rooting for Brandon, and to hear him say, it sounded like an introduction. I've been sleeping on friends' couches. I'm all about the party life. Like, I'm not going to give up on doing drugs. Like, it's what I do. Like,
this is my lifestyle. You know what?
For me, let's be honest about it. This lifestyle, it exists within our world, within just being young people, and then within the world of all this stuff, all the TV bullshit. It exists. But then to make it out to be like, this is a rock star lifestyle, this is what I'm gonna do, that is exactly what Marie said it was: a coping mechanism, a defense mechanism. We all know that we shouldn't be smoking weed, doing blow, whatever you're doing, we shouldn't be doing it. We all know that's destroying our bodies. That's not going to get us anywhere in life. It's going to end up with us sleeping on friends' couches permanently without a job. You know what I mean?
And do it in recreation if you do it. If that's your thing, do it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I've done all that stuff. I'm not sitting here from a high horse saying you can't do that. But when you have the platform you have, especially on this reunion, when it's your last chance to talk after you got kicked off for doing blow, don't make it out to be like you're a rock star for doing it. Own up to your mistake and be like, listen. And he did on the show. That's why I was so confused. There was like a disconnect between when he got kicked off and on the reunion.
Well, yeah, to be perfectly honest, it's because I think in tonight's episode, I think he was high. That's why. I mean, his eyes look pinned totally. But here's the problem. It's hard for me to say what I'm about to say without it sounding like I'm advocating for drugs. Because, everybody on the show, like Marie says, all the time I'm like, haha, yeah, I'm an alcoholic. It's funny. That's not funny. I drink a lot. Like, people, you know what I mean? But honestly, number one. But honestly, I think that until he said what he said, that's fine. If that's what you're doing, then keep doing that. But when you say that out loud, that's the difference. If what you did after the Real World went back to doing blow and partying and sleeping on your friends' couches and you thought that was good, but right now you're in a role model position.
Exactly. Especially in that reunion couch.
Right.
That's your chance to say something.
But I did think, and half of me thinks that, but the other half thinks it's kind of admirable when you see over and over again people sitting there saying, yeah, I'm done with that, but they're not, and we know that they're not. At least he owned up to the fact that he's still doing it. I don't appreciate that he said that it was a good thing, but I do appreciate the fact that he didn't just sit there and lie to our faces, even though I don't agree with how he phrased it.
Right, it's a semantics thing. It was like, you could have said it differently. Listen, I'm still doing drugs. I haven't stopped my lifestyle. I enjoy partying. I enjoy being young. I'm using blow, whatever I'm using recreationally. That's it. Yeah. You own up to it. That's it. Don't say, I'm a rock star. I'm doing this. I'm doing that.
This is my lifestyle.
Yeah, because then, let's be real. There are, and I've never been one to censor myself, so I get it if he, didn't really realize it when it happened. But, you have to have some sort of awareness where there are 14-year-olds watching this. They're like, oh, I want to be a rock star too.
Could that have been editing or no?
I don't know. It could have been, but the reunion's not heavily edited. Yeah, because it's hard to take sound bites and stuff. You're actually.
It's hard to even understand what the hell was going on here, especially LaToya and Swift.
That got Bad Girls Club.
Yeah.
Who's better on the Bad Girls Club, LaToya or Swift? I say Swift. I think you'd be a great bad girl.
Well, yeah, because you'd piss everyone off. Steamer, what did you think of the whole situation
Brandon?
with Brandon?
What makes it worse? I agree with what Frank is saying. But what makes it worse is how they ended the episode. They had the memorial to Joey who died of drugs, and because he Brandon,
I didn't even see that.
I didn't see that either.
Not directly condoning it, but just saying, this is the lifestyle I'm living. It's a terrible message.
Exactly, and we didn't get to see our DVR cut off, but that's actually a very interesting point.
Thing for Joey who died a few weeks ago.
That's really terrible.
Right, we announced that we talked about it on our show. That's awful. Yeah. I just don't even know what to say about that. If that is the lifestyle you're choosing, of course, I'm not one to point fingers. Kids our age, people our age, whatever you want to call us, kids, adults, do drugs. And they go out and they party and they sleep on people's couches. But especially, it's just not tasteful. It's not right to do it.
We don't want to see you going through the same thing Joey had to go. I don't want to see you on Celebrity Rehab. I don't want to see you on Intervention. I don't want that for you. And that's the path that it looks like. Sorry.
Let's see you on a challenge kicking ass.
Exactly.
Not doing drugs and sleeping on couches.
All right, so enough of the negative, guys. We all like comedy, right?
Yeah.
All right, so have you guys heard about Fox Tuesdays, all new lineup?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
But I want to hear more.
I'm going to tell you all about it because I'm really excited about it. You guys like the new girl?
Love it.
Well, Zoe Deschanel is back, and you're going to get to watch a whole brand new episode September 25th. Excited. Right after that, though, then there's a new TV show called Ben and Kate. I just checked out the pilot for this. At first, I was a little hesitant about it, but it's actually really, really funny.
Okay.
It's hilarious. It's about a brother and sister. The brother comes to help her out.
Are their names Ben and Kate?
You got it right.
No way.
Yeah.
Kate's the brother, Ben's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Awesome. You definitely got to check it out. After that, another all-new episode of The New Girl. Who doesn't want more of that?
I just saw
Double
a huge
whammy.
billboard
But
for
then
this,
the best part of it
Beautiful
all.
blue eyes.
Here comes the best part of it all. I don't know if you guys know who Mindy Kaling is from The Office.
Yeah.
Hysterical.
Okay, she got her own TV show. It's called The Mindy Project. I was confused by this show because I saw it on a billboard by the bus stop. I was walking my dog, and I'm like, really? Hilarious.
I saw it too. I saw the pilot. It's really, really funny. I love Mindy Kaling. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
Guys,
she's so funny.
She really is. And it's a perfect mix of the character she played in 40-Year-Old Virgin and The Office.
Yeah.
I think it's just, and everyone is so relatable. You got to check it out.
Okay, so we've got a bunch of new great shows.
September 25th at 8 p.m.
Fox is killing it.
Yes, ma'am. All right, now let's get into the meat of it all. Rob and Marie.
My babies.
Babies. And
This is hard. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Those are my children.
why is it a rock and a hard place for you?
It's a rock and a hard place because Rob is the biggest sweetheart in the world. Marie, to me, I love Rob. Roxy, we can talk about it all day. I love Rob.
I'm getting a little warm.
He's even sexier in person, let me tell you.
Don't tell her that.
I believe you.
And I love Rob, and Marie is my ride or die bitch. It puts me in a tough place because Rob has never done anything against me. He's never done anything to anybody. He wouldn't hurt a fly. He's the sweetest kid one of the sweetest kids I've ever met.
So why the text message?
Marie's my girl.
You gotta say, if he's the sweetest kid you ever met, and this isn't me hating on him because y'all know how I feel about him. If he's the sweetest kid you've ever met, why break up with a girl through a text?
Do you think intimidation?
Yes, exactly. I think because he's that sweet, he didn't know how to do it. I really do, and I think it's wrong. I think it was totally wrong and totally high school. And honestly, like I told you guys, I was literally getting text updates from both of them as it was going down.
So he's so sweet, he's a coward in some senses, and it makes him not sweet. Does that make any sense?
I wouldn't call him a coward.
Well, in that,
I would say that
I think
he
it's intimidated. I think
intimidated?
that's the perfect thing to say.
You've met Marie. She's a tough bitch. She's a tough bitch, and like, how do you say? No matter how good or bad the relationship was, in their private moments, in their public moments, whatever it was, how do you tell that girl you want to break up with her?
But if you can,
I wouldn't know how to do it.
If you can date a tough bitch, you better be able to break up with a tough bitch. You know, he knew what he was getting into the minute he signed up for it, and he said the whole time, you're a bad bitch. And I appreciated the way he handled it on the show. He didn't on the reunion episode I'm talking about, he didn't badmouth her once. He didn't say, I had nothing bad to say about her, and I really appreciated that. I just wish there had been a conversation before they stepped on air, because that's fucked up.
It is. Yeah. And that's exactly it. I don't think he did it with bad intentions, but it's fucked up. Period. End of story. Marie is 100% in the right to be as pissed off as she is. 110%.
But then it sucks. It sucks because she looks like the crazy girl. Right now we're looking at her.
No shit.
Screaming,
I don't think she looks crazy. I don't think she looks crazy. I think, honestly, why she looks crazy to me is because she's sitting there saying, I don't care about him. I don't care about... We know you... We can
care,
clearly
Marie.
see how much you care about him.
It was the best text I ever got.
That actually makes you look 100% better because she's always worried about people think I'm a bitch. That makes you so much more relatable because we all go through that. I'd be pissed off at him, too.
She is such a front up. I wish that she spent this reunion episode...
Up. Please give us that.
A front up. She's such a front...
I thought you tried to make it
She's got a button up.
No, she's putting up such a front that I wish she just dropped it for this reunion so she could have been... What if she had turned to Rob and been like, listen, I'm hurt. And the text you sent me, it really hurt me. I'm not over you. I need my space. I can't believe... It was so immature the way you dealt with it. Instead of being like, he's immature. I don't care. And I have the same feeling she does too, but you know, and looking back, maybe that's the way she wished she handled it. But you got to keep your cool in those situations. So you remain staying in the right.
But so do you think she's the type of person where maybe in 3 days from now, that's how she would approach it? But I mean, we see Marie in the moment. She's very like, but I mean,
and I'm the same way.
At the same time, why should she be like that at the end of the day when he didn't think, oh, you know what? She might get mad if I break up with her over a text.
I just think, honestly, it comes down to the fact that, like, she is pissed off. She's a scorned woman. He broke up with her via text. However she handles it, she handles it. Sometimes you're so hurt that you lash out because you're that hurt.
You know what? Who am I to say how you're supposed to handle it? Totally.
No. You it's an opinion. You're 100%. You're right for saying it. It's just like I think that she's just passionate and pissed off. You know?
No, I just feel bad for the girl. Right. I mean, especially because honestly, like you guys know me. If somebody did that to me, as I said at the top of the episode, I would have gone up and punched him in the face. Like I wish that I'm the kind of girl who wouldn't. But you know, it's easy to watch this and say what she should have done in the ideal world, not what I would have done, but what she should have done.
I know y'all love Rob, but here's something. I kind of feel like he's a little smarter than he lets on, because if I was Marie, it should have been Marie punching Rob versus LaToya punching Swift. Why would you dare come onto the reunion wearing the shoes I got you?
I know.
And the bracelet.
Because to me, looking at it as a produced segment makes it look like, oh, everyone's going to feel bad because I'm still caring and I still have the things that she has and she probably isn't going to go on there and she's going to be bitter. Why would you do that?
And one other thing that just popped into my head that I forgot why Marie was so pissed off, his new girlfriend was in the audience.
Bye.
Right. That's what Swift told us.
So End of story. She can go off as hard as she wants. And guess what? Like I said before, she's a tough bitch. She's going to go off. It's not in Marie's vocabulary to say, I'm really hurt. I'm so sorry. She's not a sad puppy dog.
Here's the thing. You're saying that it's because he's so nice, but sending that text, having your girlfriend in the audience.
This is over.
That was so fun. Having your girlfriend in the audience, sending that text, those are not nice things to do. And like you're saying, I think he's smarter than, like, you can say, oh, he's so nice, he's not on purpose trying to hurt her. He knows that's going to hurt
everything
somebody.
in your closet. Like, all right, walk us through the reunion when you went on. Did you pick the outfit out? Does MTV like give you like, oh, you should wear something like this?
No, we bring our own stuff. They don't prompt anything except for the questions that you hear from Maria. It's all on you. So yeah, you know what? He was probably in the wrong. But you know what? Breakups are always messy. You know what I mean?
But do you think he did that to be? Like you're showing up with your new girlfriend, wearing the shit.
The new girlfriend is the thing that really drives the nail home for me. And Rob, I'm talking to you directly. That was wrong, and you know it was. I don't think that you're wrong in this situation 100%, but that was definitely wrong, and that was deliberate. It had to have been, because you have to know I'm not going to bring my new girlfriend in front of my ex-girlfriend when I haven't talked to her yet.
Right, 100%.
Like, you wouldn't even do that. If you did that at a bar and just bumped into him, you'd be like, oh, shit, and, like, move your girl around.
But, then exactly, totally, and then it's not your fault. But you never know what his new girlfriend was saying. If you don't bring me to this, we're done, So he does seem like a nice guy, and I'm not trying to call him a pushover, but it does seem like he gets easily persuaded to do something. So you never know who's whispering in his ear to do what.
Well, that's what Marie said. She thinks that's why they ended up breaking up, because the show is over. They're watching it at home, and who knows who's going chirping in his ear like, really? You're with this girl? Steamer, what did you think about this relationship?
I just can't get over his glasses. That ruined it for me. Like, just seeing him wearing the fake glasses just...
I rock those sometimes. I love the fake glasses. So trendy.
Not good. But overall, I agree. I see why Maria was upset. Like, it was a very douchey move on Rob's part to break up over text and then to, I guess, bring his new girlfriend there. So, I thought she was just going crazy, but now that I realize there's some reason behind it, and I agree with her.
I think, Rob is 21, and he's a young 21. He didn't go to college. He didn't finish college yet. He hasn't really been outside of his hometown a whole lot, so he is impressionable. And I think Marie.
Where is he from? Philly?
He's from outside of Philly. Yeah, he's from Jersey or Philadelphia. I can't even remember. Pennsylvania. Okay. He's from Pennsylvania, outside of Philly, and he is impressionable. Perfect word for it. And Marie is an impression. She's a force, you know what I mean? And so, like, when they were together, she was definitely the dominant personality, and that was what was chirping in his ear. When he got done with the show, and people have opinions from the outside world, and they're saying, oh, Marie looks like a bitch, Marie looks like this, Marie looks like that, he's probably like, oh, maybe she is a bitch, and it's, like, registering in his head. He's impressionable. He's getting ideas from other people, and maybe that was all just a reaction out of that. I think Marie's 100% in the right for her reaction, but I can't put Rob down and say that, like, and stomp on him and be like, you're a D-bag for doing that. I think he just got caught up in the mix of things.
So if the two of them were to stay on an island forever, somewhere in the BVI or wherever, they would have been perfect for each other?
Those two on an island are fantastic together. They were in St. Thomas, and they were on the Challenge. They were great together. Okay. I mean, yes, they fought like cats and dogs, but that
doesn't mean anything.
You never know what happens in the future, and we're going to end on that note. But before we leave, big AfterBuzz TV exclusive for you guys. There's this thing called
TV exclusive.
The Vegas. That was just piercing in my ear. There's this thing called the Vegas Bash, and Frank, why don't you tell us a little about what the Vegas Bash is?
So Vegas Bash is pretty much a convention of sorts, and it's a ton of reality stars. You got people from Survivor, you got people from The Real World, you got people from Big Brother, Bad Girls Club, everybody. Like, it's just a huge reality convention. It's an excuse for us to party and for y'all to come party with us.
Hell yeah!
And so it should be a really good time. I think it's a really, like, fun, just like free for all, really. Yeah, it's 3 day.
And AfterBuzz TV will be covering it all, so we're really excited for you guys. You guys can actually buy tickets to the main event at thevegasbash.com. It's closed to the public, and sorry guys, someone just trying to call me right there. It's closed to the public, but it's going to be at Revolution in the Mirage, I believe.
I'm not sure where the venue is, but it doesn't really matter. Just come party with us.
Just come party.
Then you can form your own opinions on if we're assholes or not.
TheVegasBash.com.
That's what I've been
TV
doing.
will be there, and we're really going to try and pull this together. But, Roxy, ready for this? The Steamer's going to be in Vegas the same time as this.
If he doesn't come meet us, Steamer, oh my God, I'm going to leap on you. I'm going to pounce on you.
Oh, and so he's gonna, and I know
He's gonna avoid me like the
I
plague.
believe he's really going to, and he wrote on Twitter that he's gonna take a picture behind a fence because I've been calling him Mr. Wilson. No one knows what he looks like.
Yeah.
Steamer, what the hell?
Steamer, you better not do that to us because we're gonna hunt you down. I'm gonna be.
If you guys are out there, I'll come hang out with you.
So you see that, guys? We're gonna get Steamer on camera. You guys will finally be able to see the man behind the phone. Very exciting. Frank, so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys for tuning in all season long. We hope you guys could definitely come back because wait till the challenge starts and the guests that we have coming for the challenge and all the drama that we have for you.
Oh, Lordy.
You excited for it to air?
I'm excited, but it is a lot of drama coming y'all's way.
I'm excited for it to air, and then you guys all have to go see each other in Vegas. That's what I'm excited for.
That's true.
So thanks for
Hell yeah.
You guys can follow us at on Facebook, Twitter at AfterBuzzTV.com. Make sure you guys keep the season going. Talk to us on Twitter, Facebook. Roxy, where can they find you?
At Roxy Striar.
You can follow me at DJ Jesse J. Frank, where can they
At
find you?
MTV Frank Sweeney.
Until next week, because we'll be back next week with the challenge. Same time, same place. Peace.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.